Hey everybody, this is Vapor Mystique, and I'm here with Neva Peppa, and we're working on week 2 of our confirmation journey. And so we're going to go through this section again. Now we had in the book, and again we're using this book here. It's called Credo. Okay, so we're gonna be working our way through that. So in the first part of the second portion of this second week of this, there's a section of things to read. And this week it's dealing with sin, and it's dealing with estrangement, and so it's talking about how sometimes for some people that sin can be attractive to people, and so that's what we read through. So here's our answer portion of this section. I'm going to read the first question, and then Neva Peppa, she's going to tell you what she chose to answer for it. Okay, you ready for this, Neva Peppa?
Yep.
All right. Okay. It's a little cool in here. Okay, so the first question went something like this. It said, how have you seen sin be both attractive and destructive? And so this is what Neva Peppa, this is how Neva Peppa answered that question. Neva Peppa, what'd you say?
Sin could be attractive to people if they choose to lie because they don't want to get in trouble.
That's a good answer, because lying is a sin. And sometimes when you're afraid that you're going to get in trouble, when your mom or dad is asking you to tell them the truth about something that you did, and you know it was something that your mom and your dad didn't want you to do, sometimes you can feel like, maybe I should lie. And then you may choose to lie. And so for some people, sometimes it may be attractive to sin. So we'll go ahead and go to the second question. All right. So the second question says this. Are you ready for this, Neva Peppa?
Yep.
All right. That's a quick one. She said, "Yup." Are you ready? Okay. So the second question was this: which sinful things do you find attractive? Why? Write or draw the thoughts on this page. Remember, this is a private space for you to share freely. Okay, so in this book, they're going to sometimes be asking questions that are sort of personal. And the book is only to be shared between that student themselves and the teacher. So the answers that a person would write would be personal, and they wouldn't be shared with the rest of the class. So the first part of the second question was this. It was, which sins do you find attractive, and why? Okay, so Neva Peppa, this is what Neva Peppa wrote. You ready to tell us, Neva Peppa?
I don't, and it bothers me.
Okay. And see, that's a good answer. That's a truthful answer. Because the one thing that I know about Neva Peppa is she really doesn't like lying. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like when other people do it. She doesn't like when she feels like she's lying. There's been times where she's found things and she wasn't sure if by taking that, if that was actually going to be stealing, even just on the side of the road. And so she would leave it there, no matter how bad she wanted it. So lying isn't necessarily always attractive. It's not necessarily really ever attractive for some people. Some people really feel as though it hurts them and it bothers them a lot to do what's not right. And so that's the reason why that Neva Peppa wrote that it's not attractive to her, and it does bother her a lot. So that's her answer for the second question. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get into the third question. Are you ready for the third question, Neva Peppa?
Yep.
All right. So this is what this is what the third question says. Thinking of examples of people that you know or you've read about that have chose the freedom of following Christ instead of giving in to the attraction of sin. What do or did their lives look like? Okay, let me reread that because that was pretty bad. It says, think of examples of people you know or have read about who choose the freedom of following Christ instead of giving into the attraction of sin. What do or did their lives look like? Okay. So, can you think of anybody that you've ever heard of that chose to live for Christ rather than to choose to sin, or to choose to live a sinful life? And so that's the question. And this is what Neva Peppa answered. Are you ready for this, Neva Peppa?
Yep.
Okay, Neva Peppa, what's your answer?
Joseph and his master's wife.
Do you remember the story about Joseph and how his brothers sold him into slavery in Egypt? Can you remember how when he was in Egypt and he was working for a man, and the man put him in charge of all of his house, and he was a very rich man, and Joseph was in charge of all of the house, and then one day the wife of that man came and said, Joseph, I want you to be my boyfriend. And Joseph said, no, that wouldn't be right. I wouldn't do that to God, because God said that's not right. And I wouldn't do that to my master either, because he's a good man, and I wouldn't do that. You're his wife. That's a time when a person chose to do the right thing, even if it seemed better or easier or whatever else, or maybe it was attractive to do the wrong thing, but instead Joseph chose to do the right thing. And so Joseph and his wife and his master's wife is a situation where someone chose to do the right thing and to follow God rather than maybe what they were even thinking. So this was week 3 for the confirmation journey, and me and Neva Peppa, we've gone ahead and finished this week out. We've done all the questions and stuff. Is there anything you want to tell the people?
No.
Okay, she's not going to tell you nothing. Okay. So this is Neva Peppa and Vapor Mystique signing out. Neva Peppa, did you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
All right, bye.